Hi, Chef Baker here. Do you sometimes struggle with cooking? Do you often mess up? Do you wish you had someone to guide you along the process? Well, so do I. That's why I made this show, to help people like you and I who have absolutely no clue what they're doing. I'm going to be guiding you through the process of cooking for you to follow along. And who knows, maybe someday you'll actually become decent. The dish we'll be preparing today is actually a dessert, my own recipe. We were gonna make chocolate Rice Krispie buns, but the shop I went to were out of Rice Krispies, so we're gonna have to improvise.
The ingredients you'll need are chocolate, shredded wheat, an oven, and taste buds.
It's important that you use the right ingredients. I've seen what happens when you do it wrong before. The food becomes self-aware, starts trying to eat people. It's a messy cleanup. You're gonna want to avoid that.
Before we begin, it's important that I teach you all the steps of food and kitchen hygiene. It's important that you always wear an apron and gloves while cooking.
This is to ensure that you don't potentially contaminate your food. I've run into a few lawsuits with that. Just to be extra careful, I wash all my food before I eat it, and I bath my tools regularly. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get to the cooking.
Start by putting the shredded wheat in a bowl and crush it using your nearest blunt object. Next, you're going to want to melt the chocolate.
Most people would use a microwave to melt chocolate, but I personally prefer to use an oven. It just makes more sense. Ovens are hotter than microwaves, therefore they should be better at melting things. It's just science. Sounds like our cooking is done. I made brownies, but the chocolate isn't melted. We can't finish this recipe without the melted chocolate. Looks like we're gonna have to use the emergency chocolate for this one. Only problem is, now we have to do it the slower way.
Now that our chocolate's melted and our shredded wheat crushed, mix the chocolate with the shredded wheat and lay out some bun cases. Get a tablespoon from your local drawer and use it to spoon the mix into the cases. Once that's done, you can add some toppings to your buns to add a little bit more to them. All that's left now is to wait for them to dry. If you have other things to do and you don't want to watch your chocolate dry all day, then you might want to put some bug spray on them. Flies can spread all sorts of diseases to your food while you're locked away. While you're waiting for it to dry, leave the brownies we made earlier out so we can find a use for them later. Clean all surfaces you cooked on and wash all bowls and utensils used. After about 30 minutes, or 1/40th of a day for you Western viewers, your bun should be completely done.
Well viewers, time to put those digestive systems to use. If you did all the steps correctly, your buns should look edible. All you blind listeners out there are just gonna have to take a taste of faith. But for the rest of my great viewers, bon appetit! This brownie is pretty good.